Good morning everyone. Welcome back to Maths online class supported by Sri Gokulam Public School Guruvayur. We deal the chapter 13 direct and inverse proportion. In the previous class we discussed what are the conditions for direct proportion and what is the difference between direct and inverse proportion. I hope all of you have learned that topic and you know the concept direct and inverse proportion. Let us do the problems today and you watch the class now. Okay. Children, today we deal the topic inverse proportion. Which topic we have already discussed? Direct proportion. And what is the condition for direct proportion? x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. Here, in inverse proportion, we can check what is the condition. If two quantities may change in such a manner that if one quantity increases, the other quantity decreases and vice versa. That means if the other one increases, the first one decreases. Then these two quantities change inversely in proportion. When we will say two quantities are in inverse proportion, when the one quantity increases, the other one is decreases. So here we can check what is the condition for inverse proportion. One example we can take, as the speed increases, the time taken to cover the same distance decreases. That you know very well. As the speed increases, time taken to cover the same distance decreases. Then what will get here? The product of speed and time will be same in all cases. Set the speed and time. That means the product of the speed and time will be a constant. So we can say that in inverse proportion, product of two quantities remain constant. For two quantities x and y, xy is equal to k, a constant. And if we take more chances, if y1, y2, etc. are the values of y corresponding to the values x1, x2, etc., we can say that x1, y1 is equal to x2, y2 equal to k, product of the two quantities, or x1 by x2 is equal to y2 by y1. This is the condition for inverse proportion. What is the condition for inverse proportion? x1, y1 is equal to x2, y2 is equal to k, or x1, y1 is equal to x2, y2. Otherwise, we can write x1 by x2 is equal to y2 by y1. Understood? So, in the case of direct proportion, x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. Here, in inverse proportion, x1 by x2 is equal to y2 by y1, or x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. Then we can do the problems related to inverse proportion. Okay. First example here, 6 pipes are required to fill a tank in 1 hour 20 minutes. How long will it take if only 5 pipes of the same type are used? So, we found here, if we use 6 pipes, how long it will take? 1 hour 20 minutes. And if the number of pipes reduced to 5 pipes, then how long it will take to fill the tank? That is the question. Here we assume that the required time to fill the tank will be x minutes. The time be x minutes. Then we can prepare a table. Number of pipes and time in minutes. 2 columns in which when 6 pipes used, the time in minutes be 80 minutes. Then 5 pipes we use, we have to find the time. So obviously it is a condition of inverse proportion. Why? We know that when the number of pipes increased, the time will be decreased. So we can write lesser the number of pipes, more will be the time to fill a tank. So this is a condition of inverse proportion. So lesser the number of pipes, more will be the time to fill a tank. So we can write the condition for inverse proportion. What is the condition? Product of the quantities will be a constant. Product means product of x1 and y1. How you will write? x1, y1. Product of x2 and y2, x2, y2. They are equal. So we can write x1, y1 is equal to x2, y2. Substituting the values, 6 pipes, 80 minutes. So 6 into 80 is equal to, when 5 pipes, we don't know the time, we substitute x here, 6 into 80 is equal to 5 into x. Find the unknown. By calculation we will get 6 into 80 by 5. So 96 minutes will take to fill the tank with 5 pipes of the same type. That is very important. The pipes should be of the same type. Okay. So it will convert it into hour and minutes. We will get 1 hour 36 minutes. How? 96 divided by 60, we will get 1 hour remaining 36 minutes. So this is a condition of inverse proportion, and we will be using here the condition of inverse proportion, and substitute the values, we will get the answer. Okay. Next example, if 15 workers can build a wall in 48 hours, how many workers will be required to do the same work in 30 hours? So here time is given in the two conditions, but we have to find the number of workers in the second situation. Let us take y be the required number of workers. So we can prepare the table as like this. Number of hours 48 and 30. First case 48 hours and second case 30 hours. Number of workers, first case 15, second case we don't know, so y. Here we know that as the time increases, the number of workers can reduced. Okay, or the number of workers be more, the time will be less. So this is a condition of which one? Inverse proportion. This is a situation of inverse proportion. So we will use the condition of inverse proportion. What is the condition of inverse proportion? Condition is x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. Therefore, substitute the values. 48 into 15 is equal to 30 into y. Therefore, y is equal to 48 into 15 divided by 30. 15 out of 30 2 times. 2 out of 48 24. Therefore, we can write 24 workers are required to finish the work in 30 hours. Okay, you understood this problem? Next, we can do the problems from exercise 13.2. Question number 4. If a box of sweets is divided among 24 children, they will get 5 sweets each. Each one will get 5 sweets. How many would each get if the number of the children is reduced by 4? Reduced by 4 means 24 children will become 20 children. Then we will have to find how many sweets each one will get. Okay. So here 24 children corresponds to 5 sweets. So x1 and y1 we can take 24 and 5. Next case 20 children we can take the variable as x. Okay. So, let x be the number of sweets each one will get if the children is reduced by 4. That is for 20 children, x be the number of sweets. So, which is the situation here, direct or inverse proportion? Here it is a case of inverse proportion. We know that as the number of children increases, the number of sweets for each one will reduce. Okay. So we can write the condition for inverse proportion. Condition is x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. That means 24 into 5 is equal to 20 into x. X is equal to 24 into 5 divided by 20. 20 transposing to RHS. So 5 out of 24 times 4 out of 24 is equal to 6. So each one will get 6 sweets if the number of children is 20. Okay. You understood? So this is the way you should apply the condition and substitute the value, realizing the condition. Okay. Realizing the situation, direct or inverse, we will use the condition and will apply the values and calculate. You will get the correct answer. Okay. Thank you, children.